uh, I was a little disappointed. We found out that the mother felt guilty because her possession was hurting her daughter, so she killed herself in order to protect her daughter. But we never found out what exactly she felt guilty about to begin with. That even made it possible for the demon to possess her.
Okay.
That that kind of left a question
The
mark
needs of our
over my
planet were
head.
greater than she could supply. So we went beyond the reaches of our atmosphere.
So what do you think about the little girl at first? Did you catch on like right away
The
that
new frontier offered the promise
she was
of a
in
new
fact
beginning.
Anne's daughter?
But the
Well,
distance
not
gave way
right
to a
away,
movement
but
with
when,
no
when
connection
it
to the
was
place
said
we call home.
that Anne gave birth
New
and gave the
rules,
child
new
for
ambitions,
adoption, that was the moment
a
when
new
I
era.
predicted that Natalie would be her
The
daughter.
Settlement Defense Front built an army and broke away from the
Yeah,
old
but
line
that
of
was like
defiance.
a little bit later too in
They
the
are
film.
the key.
So
They want absolute
Yeah,
power.
we are getting a little ahead of
They
ourselves, and
raid
it was
colonies,
me who
take
started it. I'm
resources,
sorry.
and control
well,
territories by
one of the
force.
things that Anne seems to
They use their
do
fleet
is
to
she
block us
seems
from raw
to
materials we need to
uh,
survive.
definitely
Their mission is to erase everything
have a little
worth
bit of a
ignoring.
research thing
Today,
going
the
on
SDF is a war
where
machine,
she
ruled by
is
its
looking
military.
into these
If a
supposed
leader united that force, they would mobilize,
exorcisms that have happened
try to
that
take our
have
homeland.
gone terminal. And
Yeah.
at first she comes up against, okay, it's all behind this like archive thing that is like that regular
One of our weapons
uh,
facilities is under attack
students
by the SDF.
cannot
We
access.
believe this is part of an operation codenamed Raya.
And go
Intel suggests
behind.
their target is a
It's
prototype
kind of like
weapon.
forbidden
Your team will
to
extract
look
the
at this
prototype
stuff.
and torch the site
Well,
before
she
SDF
ends
can
up
locate it.
making friends with one of the priests, and he distracts the librarian, and she is able to go in and look at this research. And she finds out that a lot of these exorcism victims turn out that they either are have killed themselves of their own volition and out of their own pain, and only one of them has in fact gone free. And one of and she pops in the tape of that one that went free, and she basically talks about this voice, but so does the child. The child talks about the voice as well, a voice which correct.
They also said if the possession is terminal, she would most likely die.
Yeah, and one of the things that she seems to be, she seems to want to prevent is the fact that she wants to stop the little girl from going there because she thinks that she can help her. And at this point in time, she doesn't know, she doesn't know all the facts that we know now, and that she eventually found out herself that, Natalie is in fact her daughter. Which, spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen, because naturally we tend to spoil the film for you, so that's part of how we discuss things, discussing certain aspects of the film. But she definitely doesn't want the Vatican to get a hold of her just yet because she thinks that she has the ability to help fix her.
Oh
And
yeah, and let's not even talk about all the pedophiles in the Vatican.
well, yeah, there are a lot of deceased files in the Vatican itself that she finds out. So, um,
I actually said something else, but okay.
oh, are you talking about the pedophiles?
Yes,
Well, I hate to tell you this, but Wisconsin has sanctuary for all Catholic priests. So,
damn.
yes. But in any case, that being said, moving forward, there is one of the Catholic priests that she knows within her class too, which apparently he must be several levels ahead of her because she's got clearance for a lot of things. Like, apparently his sister is pregnant and is pregnant by act of rape. And he,
Well, she was pregnant and she got an abortion, and that was what she felt so guilty about, that the demon possessed her.
I thought it was the fact that she was actually pregnant by act of rape.
She was, but I think she got an abortion.
No, I think it was Anne who had gotten. Well, oh, you think it was an abortion that she gotten?
Right?
That's not the impression that I got. I guess I thought that
And,
yeah, the child died.
definitely, definitely didn't have an abortion when her child is alive.
Well, no matter what happened, it was from the act of rape that child came about. That at least that's what the priest had said. Um, and so he thought that she was possessed, and the Catholic Church had denied them an exorcism, and he said that uh, it had gotten to a situation where he thought that it was almost too late, and that they didn't have a whole lot of time on this whole thing, and Anne agreed to come and help. Well, um, there was a scene, and I think this was after the. I'll talk about a scene after this. So they apparently have this exorcism. Um, they have something positive happen at the end of it, and then um, like a day or so later, I guess she actually killed herself. I guess,
Uh, yeah.
but the effects of that parent exorcism, where you saw the hands of the child underneath. That's why I'm a little bit confused as whether the child died or not because it was acting
Well,
like there was a child inside, so
uh,
made me think like she was pregnant, you know,
well,
still pregnant.
I think at one point before the possession, she was pregnant, but that thing with the stomach and the child during the possession, I think that was just the demon, how do I say it, showing her guilty in a visual form, like she felt guilty about having an abortion, so the demon was showing her pregnant stomach, and baby being alive inside.
Well, yeah, and I I didn't. When I've seen this before, I thought I remembered the darn thing being botched, but I guess uh, the exorcism actually was a success, at least according to them, because they went home satisfied with what they did. You know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I must say that scene where the exorcism was performed apparently successfully. It was an amazing scene when I still thought they had done it properly, but then when we found out she killed herself afterwards, I was like, what?
Like how did that happen? But I do
Yeah.
think that there were a couple of scenes that were shown before, like the old man that she was helping feed. He ended up uh, being possessed and danced with her and in the room and became quite threatening towards her. And I think she threw him down in the ground. And he said when he said to her, "It's coming," or whatnot. I think that's what he said. Um, or
Something like that.
that part was creepy, just a little bit. Um, that whole like odd, dance thing that he was doing, and they were remarking that patient had actually, come on to her like that, and at least the head priest. Ben Cross is now dead as an actor. Um,
Oh,
the guy who played the head dude in charge of the place. The older guy, looking white guy, that was Ben Cross. He played a version of Barnabas Collins in a Dark Shadows revival miniseries.
what? Okay, wait. This movie is from 2022, so how would this movie, he died in 2020?
Because it probably came out before pandemic, or had been finished before pandemic, and then was finally released in 2022.
Yeah,
A lot of film productions stopped production around that time, or were finished and weren't allowed to be released until like pandemic ended. So I think when Cross actually died, he had actually finished his roles in here or whatnot, and so they got him. Um, because I'm pretty sure he died shortly after this performance. So,
oh,
but uh, when the little girl starts exhibiting things, what did you think about that?
oh, when they were performing the first exorcism on her,
Yeah,
that, that was real sweet. Yeah, wait, and when we saw the things the demon can do, the way it exhibits superpowers and does things a human body couldn't possibly do, that was really amazing, and that's kind of what I think would be possible for a demon to do if one actually possessed a human body. That's what I was saying. That's a lot more realistic. Well, okay, maybe realistic is not the right word, since none of this is actually realistic, but if things like that existed in this universe, think they would be much more like this than like what we saw in The Exorcist or some of those movies.
Oh yeah. Um, when the two priests went inside that room, the one was like really fucking nervous for a white guy. um, he was so damn afraid of saying what he said. And honestly, whenever I've seen an exorcism performed on a movie, oftentimes um, you have to not go into it. You have to not go into to these exorcisms with being afraid. You have to have faith, and you have to be able to have a calm demeanor about yourself, and you can't let the demon know you're afraid. You know,
Yeah,
things of that nature. Do you
you're
think that these priests did it properly?
I think if there was nowadays, I think it would be a little bit of all of the back to the original exorcist on how he is portrayed. You know, I think a little bit of all incorporated in how this works. I would not put it past even like in the original one to, you know, few body but there was something about them that would be used against them.
your mother sucks cocks in hell.
You know, I remember, I think of it, you know, definitely be something that would happen. Maybe not every, but I think certain parts, and I think that the people could actually be, you know, be portrayed in a lot of different ways, like these movies have said. So I don't think you could just narrow it down to, well, this is how it is, they are, or this one is how it is. I think it's a little bit of all of it together. That's how it could happen.
Oh,
So,
well, what is it?
So,
Maybe you're right.
so
remember,
after
it's a demon. You can't predict how they're going to be. You know, it's an enemy.
correct, and it already knows every single bit of your weakness before you even confront it. So, of course, when you walk into a room with a demon, the first thing it's going to do is take out your jugular and basically, you know, uh, make you so darn afraid that it knows you inside and out.
Mm, yeah.
Right, I mean, if it knows exactly that afraid of spiders, you say, we don't make the room look like it's full of spiders.
Yeah.
Because it knows that, you know, if it knows about, like, that problem that affects, yes, it's going to say, yeah, I'm going to put it there. But they don't. That's the thing.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
So if you do actually everything that's been portrayed in all